Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're on the Ropes Media Podcast.
Yo, the young hacksaw Jim Dillon.
We're in a better mood today, other than the
Talk to
other
him,
than
bro.
the boo
Talk
that
to
man,
him.
John Cena. We're gonna give you guys a little bit of a break from John Cena content today. Couple other things I will say that we'll be talking about with him in the next couple of days here. Some stuff just surfaced, but
Cena hot
today's
money though, bro. It ain't never on to talk about Cena.
true. He's the
Oh,
he's the talk around town.
can I let him know the news, bro?
Go ahead, start it off.
Man, your boy C Dillon. Like I even told my wife. Okay, so first off, y'all, I will be seeing Stone Cold next month. Meet and greet. WrestleMania weekend. I
Mhm.
told my wife, I'm like, that was such the main goal. Like, I'm 50-50 on just not even going to Mania, bro. Like,
I
I
know.
can, it all depends. I know this is Cena's last, like, I'm even to the point I would just do night two. Like, whatever, like, just to see Cena wrestle. But then again, it's just like you're there. You were supposed to go there for WrestleMania. Like, Stone Cold being thrown in the mix was kind of last minute.
Yeah.
But it's like, to me, that's the main prize. Like, I would rather shake Stone Cold Steve Austin's hand, get a picture, some autographs, and, sit and watch WrestleMania in the stadium. I'm I'm 50-50, but I will be
But
seeing the greatest of all time very soon.
which is awesome, and I'm jealous. But if you were
You heard
there
that
at
glass
Mania
shatter.
and
I
you
know. I
hear it,
know.
man,
And that's another thing.
you
That
know?
glass can potentially shatter at
And there's
WrestleMania.
dude,
So,
there's no better reaction than
yeah.
hearing the glass shatter.
And I've never heard the glass shatter. Also, I will be in my feelings if I'm at a hotel watching and hearing the glass shatter than actually there. I'm like,
And
I
you're right
should
across the
have been
street.
there, right across the street. I should have been there. So I'm 50-50. I'm just really just happy that I will be seeing him
Yeah,
next month, bro. That's my goat.
yeah.
So
Super dope, super dope.
man, for
But
real, bro. Go ahead. What we got today?
today we're gonna be talking about a little bit of NXT. We just had NXT last night. I will say NXT, I still feel like is the best wrestling show currently right now. However, last night was a little stale, I will say, just a
Yeah.
tad stale. Um, I do want to get your opinion on one thing right out the gate before we get into the main topics. NXT underground matches. Do we continue with these?
They basically no DQ lumberjacks, bro. Lumberjack matches, but with no ring ropes, no rules. Um
Because how it started, and correct me if I'm wrong, how it started was it Lola Vice because she came in from
yeah,
the
it was
underground?
no, they actually had them NXT underground matches before.
They
I
did,
want to
okay.
I want to say they even had one of them on Raw too. Just the underground matches, bro. It was some stuff that was brought to WWE not too long ago, and it would have been cool if it was, based off like MMA people like Shayna Baszler or Lola Vice, things of that nature. But like I think Braun Strowman was even in one, so it was mainly just a different. I could be wrong, bro, but I definitely feel like they had at least one of them on the main roster. I don't think it's necessary because you can just have a no DQ match. You know what I'm saying? And still have the ring ropes, and it's
Mhm.
the ambiance of the match, bro, that kind of
Yeah.
make it just seem just a tad bit more cool. But I mean, it's not a necessity. But again, it's better than just having your traditional no DQ matches on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night or something like that, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool because it's unique to them.
Yep.
That's why I think it's cool, but just some of the times how the actual matches play out in there, bro, it's like, I don't know. I'm a huge, like, UFC fan as well, so I watch it, and when I'm watching the underground match, I'm like, they're making it too much of, like, a MMA, like, they're trying to
Yeah.
make it look too real almost in a sense,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's just a little awkward, like, some of the
Because
even
we know they're not really trying to hit, you know what I'm saying? Like
exactly, yeah.
that's what makes it awkward because like if this was UFC, like they'd be going full force. But
Yep.
Trick Williams not trying to kick, Eddie Thorpe's head off and
Yep.
vice versa, bro. It's still, it's still choreographed. So
Yep.
it does like I miss the ropes, you know what I'm saying? Just the actual ring ropes during that match. So it could be a specialty match, like, oh, we gotta finish this in, NXT underground. Like this is our like on some Hell in a Cell type stuff. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I will say, not that I need blood and gore and stuff, but I do feel like it needs a little bit more, like, maybe, like,
As you would say,
raw.
color.
Yeah,
Not
well,
but then again, like they dim the lights in this type of match too, so it kind of like, and they have like a black ring, like when we
yeah,
seeing blood and stuff, like of course it's gonna be on the white mat and you can actually
yeah,
see it and things of that nature. So I feel like it probably defeats the color. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That we would like to see in these type of matches. But I mean, while we talking about it, Dylan, I know this wasn't the main topic of the video, but it's in the title. Trick Williams. What's going on with Trick Williams, bro? He's given hillish. He's given a hillish turn, almost an anti-hero again, bro. Like I feel like a lot of we went from having a face and a heel in wrestling to a face, a tweener, and a heel. Like back then, you'll have maybe one or two tweeners, bro. We got plenty of them now, and I
Too
feel like
many.
they're starting to make those categories more of the norm. Like I'm
Yeah.
not a good guy, I'm not a bad guy, because like that's how it is. Like when Triple H turns face, he was a heel for 4 years before you get what I'm saying, bro? So it's not like all of a sudden I'm just a good guy. I'm just gonna beat up on all the bad guys now. Like, let's keep it real. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like having this tweener terminology now, or using it more in wrestling, I feel like it makes it more real. Like Seth Rollins can have a issue with Drew McIntyre and have an issue with CM Punk and still be a crowd favorite. I think that's probably gonna start being more of the words to use. But yeah, I feel like Trick Williams has gone from being a baby face to, I'm just here getting this job done so I can get my title. Like, I don't care about y'all as far as like the NXT locker room, whether you're a good guy, whether you're a bad guy. I just want my belt. And I mean, he still got the crowd chanting, whoop that Trick. So it's not like they booing him. You know what
No.
I'm saying? It's not like they was cheering for Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe is still looked at as a heel, but Trick Williams is showing heelish behaviors with Javon Evans. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So I don't know. And we thought he was going up to the main roster, but it's looking like it's gonna be at the Mania for sure.
Yeah, he's in a weird spot. He's in a very weird spot because he ain't gonna be debuting before Mania.
Mm-mm.
Uh, so you have to basically wrap up whatever he's doing at Stand and Deliver, and then you have to put him on a show, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, because I don't think he has anything else left to do in NXT.
Yeah. He's
He's
probably
at
gonna get picked up in the draft. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's another thing too. The draft was announced again, which I think is bizarre. I
Yep.
don't think that there's a damn reason why you need a draft when everybody shows up on whatever show they
And then
feel like
y'all just
showing up
had the
on.
trade portal, bro. Y'all went from trade
Bro,
portal to now we about to do the draw.
bro, they go, "All right, transfer window's done. No more
Mhm.
switching." All of a sudden you see Cody on Raw, Cody on SmackDown. You get Rhea on Raw, Rhea on SmackDown. It's like, man, if it doesn't matter, why even have it? Or
Yeah.
why make such a big deal out of it? They
Yep.
made such a big deal out of this transfer window for like 2 months,
Yep.
and then they did nothing
They
with it.
did
Like,
nothing with it, bro.
I
And you
don't get it.
and you know, again, while we on the topic of Trick Williams, here's WWE's biggest fumble with Trick Williams. And I'm gonna see if you guess it. What do you think was their biggest fumble with Trick as of right now with his character? We talked about it.
As far as who he was
As
beefing
far as
with,
just his character development, as far as him just moving on to the main roster, what will we say? What would you think was WWE's biggest fumble with him right now? Because I definitely feel like I know what it was.
say it.
Not having him enter into the Royal Rumble.
Oh yeah.
Having
Oh
Trick
yeah.
Williams enter into the Royal Rumble would have got him more familiar with the general crowd.
Yep.
He would have got a pop because I mean people like him,
Yep.
and then even him getting that pop would have oh, who's this guy? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we need to see what's. It would have put more eyes on him. I feel
Yeah.
like by them not doing that, it didn't set him up. Like, look what happened when Roxanne Perez was in the women's rumble. She was
That's a
on
great
Raw, she was
well,
in Elimination Chamber, she was on SmackDown, she had a little feud with Bailey. Like, it elevates whenever they had those NXT stars and they put them in the Royal Rumble, it elevates them to get ready
yeah.
for they're calling up at the WrestleMania. So it's almost to the point now. It's like Trick wasn't in the Rumble. Yeah,
But
he got it. Go ahead.
but that's a great example, Roxanne, of, like, making fans aware of who she is, right? Because she's on
Exactly.
multiple shows.
Exactly. Yep.
The only odd thing about that is that they still have her back down in NXT.
Well, she wasn't there this week, yesterday when she lost to Jordan Grace. I don't know if I think Roxanne may be done, bro, because like even that stand and deliver is looking like it's gonna be Jordan Grace and Stephanie Valkyrie. Like that's 100% looking like that's gonna be the women's match. So I just don't see in any unless they want to do some. It's WrestleMania weekend. We're gonna bring back so and so, or Roxanne gonna come out and be like, you know what? I've done everything in NXT. I was the
Mm,
first ever NXT two-time women's champion. I was this, I was that. I've beaten everybody, and then bam, somebody music hits. And then that's gonna be her last, match at Stand and Deliver. But like just how you say about Trick, like both Trick and Roxanne, I feel like they have, I don't want to say overstayed their welcome. I
mm,
feel like they've accomplished all of the goals that they need to have accomplished ahead of them in order to prepare them for that next step, especially Roxanne. But Trick, on the other hand, bro, is again when he did not make that Royal Rumble appearance, and then next time we see him, he's having hillish tendencies. I'm like, are they done with bro? Like, or maybe they don't have anything for him because there's no reason to bring him to the roster, and they don't have anything for him. If anything, the best thing right now for Trick, if they were to move him up, is for them to put him back with Mello. And him and Mello run on SmackDown, maybe start, going against the Street Profits or, get into the tag team division. But like, I can't see Trick Williams going on Raw or SmackDown and getting any gold. You know what I'm saying? Like Melo ain't
yeah.
even touched none of his first gold, and he been on the main roster for over a year or close to a year. So
I still think that Trick probably should have went up before Melo did at the time. That's how crazy it is for me to still see him in NXT. It
hmm
it seems like, and again, we talk about it all the time, there's so much talent right now. It's like guys and women too, they get stuck down at NXT for much longer than what they used to. Because it used to be like, all right, they're down at NXT, it's a developmental, let's let them work on their skills and develop their characters, and then we send them up to the main roster. Now it's almost like NXT is such a becoming is a strong
its
enough
own thing.
brand on its
Yeah.
own that they are just content with leaving the top talent down there and just running whatever they're going to run down there until I guess they have like such an elevated star where they can send them up to the main roster.
But let's be real though, bro. The last big star, and I'm talking about a star. The last big star that NXT has brought up since the Kevin Owens, Shinsuke, Drew McIntyre era is Braun Breaker.
I was just going to say Braun Breaker.
Is
Yep.
is Braun Breaker, bro?
But
He's the
also, you could make the argument for Solo because of what he became on the main
true,
roster,
true, true,
you know?
true that. But Solo still ain't tasted no gold. He ain't tasted no gold. And from what it's looking like on SmackDown, Jacob looking like he jumping in front of him for that US championship, unless, it's a rivalry coming between that. But we'll touch basics on that another
Yeah.
day. But yeah, Braun Breaker has been the last big NXT call up, and that's a huge gap from, let's say, Drew McIntyre's time or Andrade's time or Aleister Black, or heck, I would say the last good batch of like call up stars, and he didn't even make it, was like Adam Cole in them, bro.
Mm,
It was like once they went over to like the multicolor NXT, that was a dark age for
mhm.
NXT, bro. It wasn't
Yeah,
good. I'm,
yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. It was almost like they started with a whole bunch of people that they had to make superstars, like a Carmelo Hayes. Like
Mhm.
you had guys like Cameron Grimes. He went up to the main roster. He gone. You got a lot of the women who came up to the main roster. Look where they at. They gone. So I feel like some of these NXT superstars may be like, I'm kind of cool being down here, bro. Like, I'd rather be down here on NXT and getting some TV time than being on the main roster and not getting no TV time or potentially being gone within a year, bro. So,
You nailed
some
it.
of them may not be thirsty to even move up anymore.
Yeah, you nailed it, and especially with the TNA incorporation because
Yep,
now they could be on TNA.
yep,
So
yep.
you get the opportunity of, "Alright, Imma go to TNA, and guess what? Maybe I'll just go wrestle a Hardy." Like, bro, like
But guess what though? Guess what? Because you
what?
said something in the beginning of the video. You was like, man, this week was kind of stale.
Mm,
And you know what it was missing? It was missing them TNA guys, bro.
yeah,
Real
Hardy, Joe
Joe
Hendry.
Hendry or Moose or the Hardy Boys, like that collab, they gonna have to keep that because once you give the audience a taste of it, we gonna want more. Now I can see standing and that's why I feel like Joe Hendry did not go against Obafemi. I don't know if that time is gonna happen anytime soon. And speaking of Joe Hendry, bro, this is showing how big of a star Joe Hendry is gonna be. Like, I definitely feel like he's gonna go to WWE. I sent you all of the meet and greets yesterday for WrestleMania weekend. Joe
Mhm,
Hendry is the only TNA person that is on the WWE card that weekend. And had they had like the Hardys, I would have paid to see the Hardys, bro.
mm.
Like, it's certain people like I need a fall. A part of me gonna regret not getting not paying for the Undertaker, but it was Stone Cold Day, bro. Like, that was the
Yeah,
main mission. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That needed to be taken care of. But it's just showing how we miss those TNA guys or girls who randomly pop. It just makes things interesting, and I feel like that's why NXT has been really cooking as of late. That TNA recipe is going to be big. Like, hey, and this is all topic. Like, I can't wait for them to bring Dolph Ziggler in there one more good time or something. Like, we still got a lot of good action that's going to come up from NXT, but they need to make sure they take care of home. And I know you want to talk about the opening match and who you feel like should have won that championship.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I and I know they just added another, person to her secret Hervis, right?
Her
A
cabinet.
Yeah, Alba Fire obviously joined, her secret service, but it was Chelsea Green and Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca shoulda won. First off, the match was good. Second off, I actually thought the ending of the match was fantastic because you did have a false finish right there, and I was like, "Damn,
Mm-hmm.
they're actually gonna put the belt on her." Chelsea Green, I feel, has this is a you gotta remember, guys, like, this is a mid-card title.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a title which in credit has been defended a lot, but it's been defended against the same people. Mi Shin has probably fought Chelsea Green for this thing about 8 times already. Like, let's start to have these different matches,
I was
give
waiting on you to say that, bro.
more
I was waiting because you was like, bro, how many times is she gonna fight me?
and those titles, just like a US championship, just like the IC title for the men, right? It's supposed to open up more opportunity and more doors for those mid-card talents. And I feel like this is the first time they've had an NXT star challenge for this mid-card title. Perfect opportunity for
Mm.
somebody on NXT to step up, show out, and be able to elevate that status, man. That's one way of also introducing the WWE fans who don't really watch NXT to these stars, like these younger talent. Sol Ruka is definitely one of the top women stars down there, bro. As
Mm-hmm.
far as athleticism, as far as wrestling and in-ring ability, and just she has that good like personality.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't know. I also just don't want to see a mid-card title be defended by the same person for 2 years. Like, when are we gonna start getting this the basically the goal of the mid-card title again? let's start getting and introducing more people to some of this NXT talent. I personally still think Roxanne Perez would have been the perfect first
Hmm.
challenge for Chelsea Green and then give her the belt after she defended it a couple times against Meechin.
See, my only thing is with Chelsea Green is she was so over, and I mean she's still over, bro. But it's just like she's one of those, like she gives me Santino Marella vibes. You know, that
Yeah,
comedic
yes.
champion,
That's
bro.
a good way to
And
describe it.
it's like when Santino was an intercontinental champion, and he had Beth Phoenix and
Bro,
was doing like the snake and stuff, bro.
I
Like
just I just saw bro, first off, the memes of Santino Marella online are fantastic, but I just saw another one literally this morning because of the whole John Cena stuff and how we always called him John
Santina,
Cena.
yeah.
That's summon the gun.
Like she gives me his type of vibes as a
Yeah,
champion, bro. So it's just like, how long are the people really gonna take this character seriously? And I mean, it is good to see main title or main roster belts being defended on NXT. I just don't want it to get to the point where, we automatically can predict the finish. Like Dolph Ziggler was a good one when he won the NXT championship, like from Braun Breaker. That threw a lot of people off. Like what? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like or heck, even when Charlotte Flair beat Rhea Ripley for it, we
yeah.
just want to feel like it's possible. And
Mhm.
so Ruka, to me, like kind of even how you said, like I would have preferred her to be champion over Chelsea Green at this point. I feel like Chelsea Green has had a great, not necessarily great run, but like her as a champion has been great. But like if y'all really want to catapult that championship, like I don't want to say we need more seriousness from it, but I just think so Ruka grabbing that dub would have been a shocker. And I don't want to say she's ready for the main roster, but I mean, heck, bro, she can perform. She can
Yeah,
perform better than some of the girls on the main roster, bro. I mean,
I agree.
if we being serious, like she would have done a great job in that elimination chamber. I feel like,
Facts.
So I mean, y'all gotta let us know how y'all feel about that too. Do
Yeah.
y'all feel like some of the main roster people are ready for that call up? Or do you feel like some of them ain't ready for that call up, man? Like NXT, believe it or not, bro, it is a developmental territory. But like I noticed like they need to have a good shiny toy before they let go of another good shiny toy. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne became that good shiny toy for him. Now they got Julia, they got Stephanie Valkyria, they got Jordan Grace. Like the NXT women's locker room is straight. It's just the
Yeah.
NXT men's division, bro. Because again, you take Trick Williams out. Trick Williams right now is looked at, I wouldn't call him the locker room leader, but he low key kind of is. He has like some of the most seniority in there as far as like being a champion. Like even the thing that they got him going on with Javon Evans right now. Well, I feel like they about to cook. I feel like they
Mm.
about to cook something one last time before Trick Williams get up out of there. So y'all let us know how y'all feel about this in the comment section below.
Yeah, and then just the last thing, we just talked about that US Women's Championship being defended. Well, guess what? We're gonna have somebody defending twice in one night next week,
Oh
as you're gonna
yeah.
have Stephanie Valkyrie defending against not only Jada Parker, but also Fallon Henley for, the 2 belts, which me and you, touched on originally. Was it a smart decision to have her hold 2 titles
She's
already
losing
this
one of them.
early?
You losing the North American Championship.
You think already, though?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Like she's not gonna lose. Like, and the only reason why I say that is because of the opening matches for the NXT championship. Like, why would the opening match be for the NXT title and then the main event be for the North American champion? Like, first and foremost, like, yeah, they can have a double champion, but like she's she's not going to defend both championships every night like that, bro. Like
yeah,
one
I
of them,
know.
she's gonna have to let go. And
Yeah,
and the only reason why I feel like it's gonna, like, they was better off giving that North American championship to like Jada Parker. Keep it a buck, like she got the crowd behind them, but I feel like it's only working like that because Julia is injured. And I don't think that this match was supposed to happen so soon. This probably wasn't supposed to happen to Stand and Deliver. Like that's a Stand and Deliver type of match,
that would make sense.
but
Yeah.
now that this has happened, we're gonna put the belt on Stephanie, the women's championship, and then she gonna pass down the NXT Women's North American Championship to, I guess, Fallon Henley is gonna get it back. But I definitely see her losing one of those two belts.
Yeah,
Interference or something. Something is gonna cause her to lose that North American Championship.
yeah, yeah, I could definitely see her losing that one over the one because I
One
think
hundred percent.
she's fight the NXT championship is against Jada Parker. I don't think she loses that one.
And that's the opener match.
Yes, and then Fallon Henley, and of course, you got Fatal Influence, so
Yep.
that could play a part too. But what's I won't get into it, but I also don't like the thing, going back and forth for one title, right? Like Fallon Henley just lost it to Julia, then Julia dropped it. So it is what it is, right?
Well,
But
Fallon lost it to Stephanie, but she never got her rematch. So you
yes,
know how wrestling goes. She's owed a rematch, so she's getting her rematch. And again, I definitely can see Stephanie losing that joint, bro. It sucks. It sucks that she dropping it so quickly. But again, I don't think this was in the plan for her to even have the NXT Women's Championship right now.
yeah, you
You know,
might be
it
right.
was Julia got hurt, she got injured. We got to throw it on somebody. Give Stephanie the women's championship, and then give Fallon back the North American champion. Because if I'm being like Kaylani Jordan as the NXT North American champion for the women's, I feel like I don't want to say she wasn't ready,
Mhm.
but like her title, her championship defense, I feel like she will have a better run the next go around, bro. Over this first one. So that's why I feel like they not giving that back to her, and they giving it to Fallon Henley over her.
Yeah, yeah, I still think Stephanie is also one that's, on that trajectory to probably
100%.
be a main roster talent
100%.
very soon as well. So, let us know down below, guys, what you guys thought of, the NXT card overall. Let us know what you guys think about, the title picture. Let us know about what you think about some of these talents sticking around in NXT for what seems like a lot longer than what it used to be. And maybe who knows? Maybe they're doing it for a specific reason. And again, they do have a bunch of talent on the main roster that ain't being used still too.
Facts.
So you just gotta let us know. And anything else, bro?
That's it, man.
All right. Like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you are new around. And other than that, you got your boy Dylan,
Got your boy Break.
and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.